Pat Sajak, Ryan Seacrest, and Vanna have posed together on the Wheel of Fortune set. On Friday, the American Idol host shared the photo, and an accompanying video, on Instagram. The photo captured incoming Wheel of Fortune host Ryan, 49, outgoing host Pat, 77, and incumbent co-host Vanna, 67, standing behind the game show's wheel. The trio smiled at the camera as retired Pat, who hosted the game show for 41 years, passed the torch to Ryan. Ryan captioned the post, "Pat, congratulations on an incredible run with Wheel of Fortune. Your dedication, charm, and wit have made the show a beloved part of American television for decades. Your partnership with Vanna has been nothing short of iconic, and together, you've created countless wonderful memories for viewers. You've set the standard for hosts everywhere, and this marks the end of an era. Best wishes for all your future endeavors," the American Top 40 radio host concluded. The included video showed Pat and Ryan whispering and joking to each other on set as Vanna positioned herself for the photo shoot. In the comment section, one fan wrote, "Happy retirement, Pat. So excited for Ryan. Great choice. Can't wait to watch. You are the best person to take over for Pat Sajak. You two are my favorites," added another. "Best of luck, Ryan. How exciting for you. Pat has been so fun to watch and seems like such a cool guy. He deserves to enjoy some free time. You will be amazing taking over, no doubt. Have wheels of fun," wished a third. "Ryan has huge shoes to fill," a fourth wrote. Fans have called for Pat's daughter, Maggie, to take over for him following his retirement. Longtime viewers have been dubious of Ryan's ability to fill the prolific game show host's shoes and suggested Maggie, 29, take over for her father instead. On Thursday, before the tenured host's final episode aired, Wheel of Fortune shared a video on Instagram of Pat and his daughter chatting about his time on the show and his plans post-retirement. In the comments, several fans suggested an alternative to Ryan as host. "Your daughter should take over the show. Why does it have to be a male?" one fan wrote. Game show fans made similar comments after Pat posted a clip of him and Maggie talking about Ryan on Instagram earlier this week. "Maggie should be the host. Itku thought Seacrest was a good fit," one fan complained. "You are so loved. I think Maggie and Vanna should run the show." "That would be awesome," someone else suggested. "Definitely do not feel they chose the right host if they wanted to keep the show on the air. Very disappointing," a third commenter lamented. Moving message. Pat's last episode on Wheel of Fortune aired on Friday, June 7, 2024. He closed his time on Wheel with an incredible personal message to TV viewers. "Well, the time has come to say goodbye," he said to end the season and his 4 decades. "I have a few thanks and acknowledgements before I go, and I want to start with all watching out there," Pat began his lengthy, gracious speech. "It's been an incredible privilege to be invited into millions of homes night after night, year after year, decade after decade," he said. "What an honor to have played even a small part in all of that. Thank you for allowing me into your lives. Every time we taped a show, I met 3 new people from all parts of this wonderful country and the world, who were kind and considerate. Who rooted for each other, who took great pride in talking about their family, their hometown, their friends, their schools, their jobs, even their pets. In the end, they were the real stars of the show," he continued. "I genuinely like these people. But I will miss our nightly closes, and her laughter and her good nature. She is a very special woman. I know you're all pleased to know she'll be back next season." Pat closed, promising you'll be seeing more of him on summer reruns. "That's it," he concluded. "Thank you all so very much, and goodbye." Vanna swept in for a hug as the audience roared, thus concluding Pat's last show. As the iconic blue backdrop glimmered under the studio lights, Ryan Seacrest stood on the set of Wheel of Fortune, a slight grin spreading across his face. He had arrived early for his debut as the new host, and the excitement buzzing in the air was palpable. However, the seasoned television personality was well aware of the weight of expectation resting on his shoulders. Pat Sajak, the legendary host who had helmed the show for decades, was no longer behind the wheel, yet his presence was felt throughout the studio. Standing beside him was Vanna White, the beloved co-host whose warmth and charm had captivated audiences for years. The two veterans shared a knowing glance, both aware of the unique challenge that lay ahead for Seacrest. "Big shoes to fill, huh?" Ryan remarked with a chuckle as he adjusted his tie, taking in the set where he would soon make his mark. The iconic spinning wheel stood tall, gleaming under the studio lights, and the colorful letters danced around him, whispering tales of countless contestants who had come before. Vanna flashed him a reassuring smile, her experience radiating confidence. "You're going to do great. Just be yourself. The fans will love you." Despite her encouraging words, Ryan could feel the weight of their history, the legacy that Pat had built over 40 years. As the trio posed for photos, Ryan in the center, flanked by Pat and Vanna, social media erupted with fans expressing their hopes and apprehensions. "Can Ryan really take over for Pat?" one tweet read. "He's got big shoes to fill." Another user chimed in, "Vanna and Pat were the perfect duo. It'll be strange to see anyone else up there." These sentiments echoed throughout the studio. The loyal fanbase of Wheel of Fortune had grown up watching Pat and Vanna, their playful banter and genuine camaraderie becoming a cherished part of family evenings. The transition was bittersweet, filled with nostalgia, but also anticipation for what Ryan would bring to the table. "Just think of all the history you're stepping into," Pat said, his tone a mix of pride and nostalgia. "But remember, it's about the contestants and the fun. The wheel is what matters." His eyes sparkled with fond memories of the contestants who had spun for their dreams, and the laughter that echoed through the set. Ryan nodded, absorbing the weight of those words. He understood that while he was stepping into a beloved role, he also had the opportunity to infuse his own flair into the show. Known for his charisma and quick wit, he was ready to put his stamp on the classic format. As the crew prepared for the first rehearsal, Ryan chatted with Vanna about her journey. "What was your favorite part of working with Pat all these years?" he asked, genuinely curious. "Oh, there are so many," Vanna replied, her eyes lighting up with memories. "The jokes, the moments of spontaneity, we always kept it fun. Pat has a knack for bringing out the best in people, and I've tried to do the same. That's what I want to focus on," Ryan said, "making sure everyone has a great time. It's not just about the game, it's about the experience." The rehearsal began, and the excitement in the studio was contagious. Ryan stepped onto the stage, the spotlight shining down on him as he prepared to introduce the first game.